It's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is a weekly collective reading. Now, I'm going to tell you straight off, this is going to be super disjointed. I've got a pile of messages come through, struggling to pull them together, but there is one main theme coming out this week, and it is in terms of what the focus will be, and it is around our environment, basically. Animal welfare, animal rights, agriculture. I'm getting forests a lot, and mainly to do with forest fires or the burning of the Amazon. Yeah, basically animals and our environment. That is like the main themes coming through. So yeah, Snow White and the Seven, no, not the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence with fairy of the natural world. So I did get, I mean, the cards, Snow White and the fairies, animal friends, bloody hell, I'm going to be like this for weeks. Mercury retrograde, hello. This is about someone who's a caretaker, who's a protector, someone who protects the innocent, takes in vulnerable ones. You know, this is sort of person or group that would, you know, look after strays, yeah, people in need, the elderly. Our environment is animal activists, it's you know, welfare rights, human rights. It is that sort of energy, but it is really focused around the green, the natural world, our environment. Now, before I actually pulled any cards in my meditation, this is so random, I got Sarah Jessica Parker, and I instantly went to Sex and the City, and then I heard this loud pop, like really, really loud. And I got Scratch My Back, and then I felt heat, and the heat thing keeps coming up. And then I saw Tom Hanks in You've Got Mail, as and it was the scene where he's had the lift's broken down, and this man who, you know, runs the lift is telling this really heartfelt story, and he's really caught up in it, and he's with his girlfriend who is really cold, so self-interested. I think she's like bothered about her lip gloss or something, and it just strikes him that, you know, this is not the person he's supposed to be with. And the image I saw was him of walking along the like the harbour wall towards his boat, and I heard Bentley. Now I know his dog, I had to look it up because I thought his dog's not called Bentley, but it's Brinkley. So I don't know what that means, if it means anything. Obviously it's Mercury retrograde, and if I'm not looking at, you know, what's out there in the bigger picture, for some of you, You've Got Mail might be that, you know, you're maybe going to meet someone that you've been speaking to online for a while, or the person you've been speaking to online isn't who you think they are or who you hope they'll be, but maybe they are. I don't know, there's something like that. But yeah, it was pretty disjointed. But when the cards came out, it very much took me in this sort of environmentalism. And then I clarified, crikey, Snow White and her animal friends, you inspire trust and confidence, and I got apocalypsis. And with that I got we're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy. Seal animals are all over this. This is about removing the veil of deception. What is unknown becomes known. It can be a really painful time. It can speak about unearthing. It can actually, even though I'd already written it down, speak about forest fires and devastation. Maybe, you know, for the sake of regeneration. The sake of regeneration is probably what the veil of deception is, because on the fairy of the green world I've got the mask. So this is stuff that's hidden, stuff that's covered up. There's a pretense. There's stuff we don't know, or we do know and we're doing bugger all about it. This can be about big global lies, or it can be about little white ones. So, you know, as much as I look at the big picture, you can maybe, you know, skim this into your life in some way. And it even says in the text of this apocalypse, the horse of truth storms your every field. Animals, animals, animals. And then I get the sun bang center with the little boy on his horse, and this is then feels to me like it's going into someone's personal reading rather than the bigger picture. But that really is the big message in terms of what's going to be out there. There's it almost feels like a need for a safe harbor, but it is focused around dogs, maybe animals, pets, zoos, but it's in terms of how we're destroying our natural world, basically, and that we're under some illusion. Are we? I don't know. Maybe some are. Right. And then I've got, and this feels like a story. So I've got the Seven of Cups, the Sun, and the King of Swords. Now the Seven of Cups with the house and the bouquet. So this can be like the gift of a property. I actually sort of felt like the deforestation is almost accelerated due to house building. But the Seven of Cups, particularly in this deck, and my Witch's Tarot, I haven't used this for a long time, this speaks about being very, very careful about what choice you make, and that you only really do have one choice to make. This wizard comes through with a strong warning. So for some of you this week, this might be, you know, maybe you're looking at property, specifically with the house being here. I'm getting family coming through strongly. I heard we are family. I've got the tree card here, which speaks about family. Obviously speaks of forests and jungles again. But within the house, this can be someone who's beautifying their property in some way. It can be some sort of project. It doesn't need to be, you know, an actual house. A project. It might be around security. But yeah, I feel that there's you know, property in the main. It just feels like a warning. I don't know why, but there's a warning, almost about maybe glorifying something, maybe even excess and greed. Now the Sun card here is obviously a beautiful card. It speaks about, you know, happiness and joy. It can just speak of happiness, but I'm really getting it as some sort of clarity, because it came through with sorrow. And the stork here. I feel that for some people here, someone's had a child. Now this is going into obviously a micro story, but someone's had a child, and if you know, either it's you or it's there's an X here, there's jealousy here, and defensiveness, and it's something that's hidden, and it's something that might come to light, and it's something that might feel quite devastating, because there's almost like a secret child or a secret family here, and someone is getting the news about a child or from a child. The stork speaks about children and birth, but it also speaks of carers, you know, nurses and migrants. But its movement is very much a moving card. So someone could be moving house, buying a new house, but there's something that's hidden. There's something that someone doesn't know, and I think, and this feels quite devastating when it comes out. I even got the police. The King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, would normally be, usually it can be Trump, I'm just saying, because he's a Gemini, is someone who is very clear-minded, usually very calculating. It can be the legal profession, who would normally see him connected with. But he's a soldier, and I did see the police as well. So there's something here around deception and, you know, the military. You know, maybe like, I don't know, a colonel or a police chief, or but there's something hidden here. The soldier is about getting ready for a fight, really. You know, tooling up. Anyone in uniform, but it's about ready to do battle, defend one's position, maybe against some sort of jealousy or rivalry, but there's some sort of infighting here, backbiting. Yeah, scratch my back. And this is coming to light with the Hermit, because the Hermit is shining a light on the King of Swords and the soldier. And what is the Hermit is got behind him is a child and the tree card, and that's when I got we are family. And this is literally like, you know, a new addition to the family, a new baby. And it can be a brand new beginning, or someone starting a new family, a pregnancy. It can just be a child within the family. Can speak about DNA testing, but it's around health. You know, if I'm zooming it back out, it's around health, and there is deception around health, children. There's some sort of force here being used. But I'm hearing Sex in the City. It come through again, and this King of Swords is actually got an archetype of a Don Juan, which is someone who's obviously very seductive, you know, uses his romantic attraction for private agendas, has various affairs and whatnot. Where do we go? So it sort of keeps like zooming out and zooming in. I knew it was going to be disjointed, but there might be, like, you know, a mixture of messages, and a few of them will be useful for you for the coming week here. Let's see if there's anything else. It just feels, because I keep coming back to Snow White here, and she's so very innocent, so very loving and caring, and yet she's the one that's got the apocalyptic card on her, and there's something that feels very unfair about it. It's like literally someone's getting the rug ripped from them, and it's someone who is not deserving of it. Show me this mask for the collective this week. Three of Pentacles in reverse, and I've got the Three of Cups at the base of the deck and the Three of Pentacles here. So, you know, there's probably some, oh crikey, there's the Three of Swords, 3, 3, 3, 3. So there's, you know, there's a number of parties involved here, or there's at least just a straight up, you know, affair that someone is completely oblivious to, or an entirely different family elsewhere. Maybe even, hang on, with the Stork and Sorrow. Yeah, I mean, this has got new baby written all over it, or a new beginning. There's the Hermit again, and there's the Three of Swords again. Oh. So, yeah, Sex in the City, you've got mail, pop. It's just like some sort of revelation here, and I don't know, it seems very, very unexpected for someone, what comes through here. But with let's see the King of Swords, try and keep it macro. Ace of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords, the Sun, and the Tower. Oh my gosh, my head's literally spinning. This is someone who's lessons in love, I'm hearing. There's no love here. The Ace of Cups is in reverse. The Ace of Swords is upright. This speaks about power, clarity of thought. He's got the sword. So, you know, if someone is seeing something really, really clearly here, and I'm coming back to the lift image where the relationship they're involved in, there's no love in it. There's no love in it. They're with, possibly with someone, but, you know, there seems to be a child involved here. A Tower, this is an attempt to, we've got Apocalypse and we've got the Tower. This is an attempt to avoid an absolute disaster. I don't, with this coming out, I don't think it's avoidable. What's this Tower reversed for the collective this week, please? Oh my God. And there's the fighting, the defensiveness, up in arms. I mean, it's good to see the Devil in reverse, but he's still there. So some sort of tie to something unhealthy here that someone's trying to release themselves from. Why is the Tower in reverse for the collective this week? Oh my gosh, see this burning? Flicker to a flame. Tower reverse for the collective this week. The Compass speaks about setting a new course, moving in a new direction. This is about travel. And we've got the House come through again here. This can be news about a property owner, a building company. property in general seems to be in the frame. This can be somebody who's looking to move house, and yet for somebody that involves pain and sorrow and a feeling of a loss here. This bridge does concern. I keep seeing flames. Okay, so I've got the dog and I've got the well. This speaks of really deep emotion regarding loyalty, a friend, co-workers, subordinates, can be the other man, and this is a very painful ending, even a violent ending for some. I'm not speaking about particularly you know, individuals here, you understand. But it's also the end to anything that's been abusive, this combination here. Anything that's been disruptive, mean, cruel, painful. It's a painful end. Apocalypse is a painful end. So I'll leave it there. I know it was disjointed. What can I say? It's a collective read, so I'm not just trying to pick up on one story. I am setting the intention that I'm looking at a macro level. So can I have advice for the collective for this week, please? What advice do you have for the collective this week? The Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved, and the Lady, Sacred Heart. Now, I noticed this came up when I had a reading that involved some sort of revelation or scandal, and it was about the babies in Ireland, the mums and babies in Ireland, and that came through. And when I look back in it, as I do with a number of my readings, it came through with the Catholic Church. Just throwing it out there. But let's have a look at the Heart Guardian. This is good advice for the week. You are loving and lovable. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you're a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you're finding it challenging to feel love in this time, it's important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. You're also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Don't try to do everything on your own. If you are working on a relationship or are in a new relationship, this card can usher in energies that will allow you to forge a powerful connection. Love is in the air. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice message to hang on to in terms of your advice, and there's a lot of abundance here. I'm not really feeling that in this reading, I'll be honest. But yeah, let's just hang on to that wee card for the week, okay? Look after yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.